Here, let me explain. This is what's going on with you right now. You just woke up. Like, you just came to consciousness and you don't know where you are. And you're in the middle of the woods. And you're looking around and you see trees and it's like thick. You can't even tell where the sun is, right? But you know you're in the woods. Mm-hmm. You don't know where to go. And so what I would do is I would start walking. I would just pick like a direction and I would start walking. And as I'm walking, I would eventually find a little terrain that's going downhill. And I'd follow that terrain downhill and eventually I'd hit a stream. And the stream would actually be a tributary into a river. And then from the river, I'd follow the river until I'd hit a road. And when I'd hit a road, eventually I'd follow the road to a town somewhere and I'd figure things out, right? I'd figure out where I was. And then I'd be back and I'd be able to get food and I'd put everything together. But I said, what you're doing, and this is what I could tell from this conversation. I said, what you're doing is you're just standing there looking around. And you're trying to figure out where the town is, where civilization is. Mm-hmm. And you're waiting, trying to guess and looking around and looking for clues. But there's no freaking clues. You're in the middle of the woods. There's no clues. There's no clues, literally. You have to go and find it. Civilization, the town, the thing is not going to come to you. You have to start walking. So that's what I would do. And look, obviously there's a hint of like iterative decision making, right? You don't know where you are. You don't know what to do. Start moving in some direction and that'll give you some clues or some indication or some immediate feedback about where you are, and you can start assembling a better picture of what's happening. So I know might not be the smartest person in the world, and you're smart, but you're not going to be able to do anything without doing something. Reframing the way you're looking at things and seeing opportunities instead of seeing punishments, and instead of seeing downturns in your life, seeing opportunities, it's just going to have such a much better impact on the way where you get to. Because, going to like you hear Jordan Peterson talking about like aiming, and you got to take aim, right? Yeah. Well, this is a version of that, right? Yeah. When I get in there and I think, hey, I'm going to make this aisle look awesome. Yeah. Look at what I'm aiming at. I'm aiming to improve and get better and do a good job. If I go in there, this sucks. What am I aiming at? Yeah. I'm aiming at this sucking. That's actually where I'm going to, the same thing when we used to do offensive driving. Mm-hmm. And when you're driving a car, if you start looking at if you got to go between obstacles and you start looking at one of those obstacles, you're going to hit that obstacle. That's, there's like a tendency that you're going to hit the obstacle. You're going to go where what you're looking at. Yeah. Same thing with this. If you think this job is going to suck, well, guess what? The job is actually going to suck now. Mm-hmm. And you're not going to do it well. And you're not going to get promoted. And you're not going to be given more responsibility. You're not going to be given any opportunities. Mm-hmm. So just be careful of that. I think that's a good lesson for everybody. This happens throughout. This is what happened when I got to SEAL Team 1. Back in the day, got to SEAL Team 1. They're like, clean toilets. I'm like, cool. Let me rock and roll. I'm going to do this really well. Do you think I wanted to clean toilets? Of course not. But I was like, okay, that's what we're doing. Mm-hmm. Let's do this. If you're in a spot and you don't know what to do, and you're not sure where to go, and you don't know where the right direction is, start walking and start looking for opportunities. And they'll show up.